Pharr Texas. I'm Joe Bowling, John Cannon alongside Border Wars 2019 John Boxing right here in the Rio Grande Valley.
I'll tell you what, man, this is a blast from the past. I walked in here today, Joe, and you know, I covered boxing for many years so when I worked with the newspapers, and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I saw the ring, I saw the lights, saw some of the fighters, and kind of teared up a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you, man. This is a great opportunity. I'm glad to be back. Great fights tonight. Got a couple of big returns. Should be an exciting night. Good crowd on hand. So what a better way to start the weekend.
We're here a little bit early before the first fight. We got 6 fights tonight. And John, let's just talk about it as they get ready to take the ring here with some of these fighters. You're talking about pro debuts. You're talking about guys making comebacks. You're talking about guys that have unbeaten records. Just a mix of up and down. All different styles of fighters here tonight.
Well, one thing I like about this is it's all a lot of Valley fighters. It's pretty much all Valley fighters. You've got, of course, the first fight's going to be Jose Barón. He's making his pro debut. Kid's got a good amateur background. 21 years old, really young, taking on a guy, Leonardo Mendez. The couple of fights I'm really looking forward to is Isaac Torres and Hector Gutierrez. Isaac was one of the best prospects in boxing. And this guy went to the Olympic trials, had over 230 amateur fights, amateur champion. His boxing career ended a little bit because of a car accident, and he's back and he's looking to get back on a streak. And he's fighting a real tough guy in Hector Gutierrez. Don't let the 2-14 record fool you. And I'll tell you what, Edward Garza and Victor Rosas, I think that's going to be a war. Those two guys in the co-main event combined have over 40 fights under their belts. So, and then of course the main event, you got Dimas De Leon, you know, undefeated, 6 straight wins, all by KO, 37 amateur fights, and he's only 19, Joe. So it's going to be a great night of boxing, man.
Talking about, again, guys that are coming in here, one thing is a constant, and that is we don't have any heavyweights here tonight. So this is a lot of 4-round fights, the 6-round main events, which generally means you're talking about some fast-paced boxing. And then we have the lower weight classes, which we'll get to. We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer, and Rock and Roll James will take it over from here.
United States of America. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we've watched, we're so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tell you, Joe, that just sends chills down your spine when you hear that. Of course, Rock and Roll James, you know, local legend here in the radio industry, and of course also lead singer of Whiskey D. But every time I hear that, it almost just sends you, it gives you goosebumps.
It's almost like a seal of the final seal on the envelope. You're at a boxing event in the Rio Grande Valley. Let's give it back to him.
All right.
Is 6 rounds. I was talking about it before they started the national anthem, but when you're talking about a 4-round fight and you're talking about the lower weight class, generally there's a lot of punches thrown.
Oh yeah, and you said it best. There's no heavyweights, so these guys are little fighters. You know, you're looking at 138. I think the biggest fight, 163-pound weight class. So yeah, I mean, especially you think about this guy, Jose Baron. He's in his pro debut and he's in, you know, basically in his own backyard. So he's going to come out here swinging like crazy. He's looking to get the win. That's why I told you, Joe, please don't let me count punches tonight because there's going to be a lot of them thrown.
Fighters entering the ring. Let's hear from the fighters that are going to be in this first fight. Visiting here with Jose Baron. And Jose, first of all, first fight as a professional. So, you know, how different is this getting ready for this fight?
Feels a lot of nerve, but I'm also excited for this opportunity. Feel great, feel ready to go.
What have you done differently getting ready for this fight versus everything you started before professional?
We did a lot of strengthening and conditioning workouts. We did a sparring, 10 rounds. Actually, we sparred with Dimos de Leon. We went around and sparred with a lot of good fighters. We're ready. We're ready to go.
Talk to me about your journey on what led you visiting now with Leonardo Mendes. And first of all, talk to me about what it's like being in your second professional fight. How different is that than your first?
My first fight was at 155 on a 5-day notice, so we were lost in there, and I couldn't go with my coach out to San Antonio.
And this first matchup is a 4-round matchup in the 138-pound division. And would like to remind everybody that we are streaming worldwide on RioSportsLive.com. You can check it out on your phones or tell all your families worldwide that they can see tonight's event online. First off, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing at 138 pounds, wearing white tonight, from Penitas, Texas, le dicen el tesoro, Leonardo Mendes. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, making his pro debut tonight, wearing black and gold, weighing at 138 pounds, and he is fighting out of Edinburgh, Texas. Le dicen el feroz, Jose Baron.
Fighters having been announced, John, and again, Baron makes his pro debut, and you've been around this boxing scene enough to know that you never know what to expect when a guy steps in the ring as a pro for the first time.
Well, yeah, you know, from what I gathered, I got some information. He's got a strong amateur background. In the economy, he's graduate, 21 years old, and he's a correctional officer. So the guy has a job. It's not just boxing. And then his opponent, his first fight's coming off a loss to Raymond Guajardo by a second-round KO on March 28th in San Antonio. He's also 20 years old, so you got some young guys going to be fighting right here.
They'll start off, and immediately, as expected, there's fights, and there's a near knockdown. It is.
Yeah, but he just connected with it. Looked like a combination, and then got him with that left, Joe, which is what knocked him down, but he got right back up. So you said it best. Fists are flying already here early.
Baron with the early knockdown of his opponent, and that's how we start. There's a big right. And now each fighter connecting there. This is just first round action, just getting started. I'll have that score clock up for you for round number 2, but these guys are wasting no time here out of the gate in round number 1.
It's like we already got time called by Mendes.
And that's it, John. That's it.
The fight
over. This fight has been called as Leonardo Mendes. Discussion over there right now.
Well, the referee had waved it off like the fight was already called, but looks like they called in the doctor. He's checking something out.
Mendes is like, I'm not done.
But Feroz, he's already taken off his gloves. Joe, this
That's it. Fight over. Jose Baron wins in his pro debut, and it didn't take long, John.
No, it didn't. And I'll tell you what, you know, he caught him early with that left, which dropped him. It didn't look like it really stunned him, but I'll tell you what, they both started going at it. Mendez had him against the ropes a little bit, but then Baron was just catching him. And then you could kind of tell he was having trouble, something with his nose. And I think he got him a good shot. That shot early on may have affected him. And he just said, you know what, I'm done. I'm calling it a night.
Back with more after this.
Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 6-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Fight one in the books is Jose Baron, and gets the win over Leonardo Mendez. Joe Bowling, John Cannon alongside, and it sure didn't take long for fight one.
36 seconds in the first round, Joe. Mendez's corner, they said they threw in the towel. So Baron gets a win in pro debut by TKO.
Out of Sugar Land, Texas, in Westlaco.
And now we're going to have the next fighters coming in here. So let's give it back to the microphone.
Also, big shout out going to everybody from McAllen, Texas here tonight. For San Juan Alamo, where you at? Shout out to Christopher Acosta here tonight as well on his table. Enjoying some cold beers, checking out some boxing. Rosa, saludos para Rosa también. Saludos para la familia García, la familia González, Rodríguez, Flores, Garza. Cada vez que digo sus apellidos le pego el clavo a alguien, chiva. Aquí en el valle. Saludos para Noé Pulido también.
Take another break. We'll be back for the second fight after this.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen. It's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Back here at the Pharr Event Center, Joe Bowling, John Cannon alongside ringside here for the 2019 edition of Border Wars, put on by Cavazos Promotions. And again, Anthony Cavazos always puts on a great show, John.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I've covered, I actually started covering boxing with Anthony, and have just seen, seen the sport evolve. All the chances that he's given, Joe. Think about the Figueroas. He gave them their chance. So many other guys. Eric Molina.
First of all, let's go to Billy Watson, who has the winner from the last fight.
Jose Baron. Jose, walk me through your first pro debut win.
I mean, it feels good. It feels great. A lot of people came, and thank God it went all good.
You went in the ring. It was a pretty fast match. Talk us through what went through your mind as it wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yes, sir. He came pretty aggressive, but we've been practicing kind of with those fighters, so we knew what to do.
Now that you're 1-0, tell us what are you going to do next? Are you planning to go higher and higher?
Yes, sir. I'm planning on keep on fighting. Primeramente Dios, y todo sale bien.
Jose Baron, our winner tonight. Back to you, Joe.
John Cannon, there's my protege, Billy Watson, getting the work done, buddy.
I'll tell you what, man, Billy's got a bright future in this thing. I don't know, Joe, he may take my spot if I'm not careful here.
Next fight will be Randy Fuentes and Miguel Flores, and let's take a look at these. 8-8 and 1 against 2-13, and on paper, you say, well, Morales is in trouble. But
I've seen them both fight. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to start with Morales. This guy may be 2-13, but you know what? He's only been knocked out once in his career. All his fights have gone to the decision. And his last fight was against a very well-known name, Raul Tigre de Cáceres, which he lost by a majority decision. And all 11 fighters he's faced have winning records, Joe. So don't let this record fool you. He's a tough fighter. He's from Brownsville. He actually trains with Sergio Perales' trainer. So this guy's legit. But Randy Fuentes, Randy comes in 8-8, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. But his opponents, their combined record is 51-5-1. So he's fought some really great competition all over the country. And his brother is DJ Fuentes, the MMA legend here in the Rio Grande Valley. So I saw Randy before the fight, and Randy told me he's excited, he's anxious, and he's ready to go 9-8, not 8-8 or 8-9.
two fighters already in the ring. Let's get a word in from each of those fighters just real quick. It'll be a brief part of their interview. We're here visiting with Randy Fuentes. Randy, first of all, talk to me about what the fans can expect as far as your style coming into this fight.
Okay, well, I got a good style, aggressive, pressure, boxing, lot of boxing skills, speed, and I go in for the knockout.
Is this the kind of fight where you come out taking the aggression to the other fighter?
Yeah, I do, but I try to work my way into it. I'm trying to be too aggressive, just be smart, quick.
What do you know about this guy?
He's a long veteran fighter. He's never been stopped. Durable, strong guy, tough guy.
You take a different approach. Visiting here with Miguel Morales, and Miguel, first of all, what's it like being in this fight, and what can fans expect?
Es bien importante, todas mis peleas son importantes y van a esperar un buen espectáculo. Muy buena pelea.
What kind of style can fans expect to see out of you?
Varios estilos, diferentes estilos de pelea. Muy buenos.
Talk to me about where did you start your boxing, how old were you, and tell me about... Back to Rock and Roll James for the introduction of these fighters.
And he's fighting out of McAllen, Texas, Randy Hitman Fuentes. Your referee, Tom Lindsay.
Fuentes and Morales, Brownsville and McAllen.
These are one of the fights that I've been looking forward to. I'm telling you, again, I've seen both these guys fight before, and I'm telling you again, don't let the 2-13 record fool you. But I tell you, if Randy's on his game, Joe, it'll be a quick night. But Morales is one of those tough fighters from Mexico. He comes to fight, and he just brings it.
Come out, at least we see if we'll get past that 30-second mark or not. A couple of flurries and some big shots are landing early for Fuentes. He is taking it to Morales early on. Morales trying to keep him at bay. Separate some room there between the two fighters. Fuentes definitely the aggressor coming out here in round one.
Yeah, right now Morales he's kind of playing a little cat and mouse game. You know what I mean?
There's a big shot to the left side. Fuentes continues to pound away. Still in the first minute of the first round here between these two fighters.
And, you know, Morales really hasn't landed a solid punch yet, Joe, and yet Fuentes has landed, you know, quite a few, and it caught him, like you said, with that left that kind of stunned him a little bit, stunned Morales.
Fuentes again trying to be the aggressor here in the early part of this fight.
This is our heaviest fight of the night, weight class, 163.
Another right landed by Fuentes. After the early start, now Morales lands a left.
Fuentes counters and
And
catches two
left.
straight lefts in a row.
Fuentes taking it again here in round one.
Nice body shot there by Morales.
Straight left lands.
And that right there,
That's a
just a
push.
throwdown. That's not a.
Morales okay, 45 seconds left still in round one. Another flurry by Fuentes. Now Morales trying to bring a fast finish here to round number one. Round in which clearly Fuentes has taken it to Morales. Round one in the books, back after this.
Close. We're this close. We are this close. From 120 to making history. This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
This close. We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close. If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
We are back here. John Cannon alongside. What do you got, John?
Well, I got a 10-9 round for Randy Fuentes. I think he just landed more. You know, he caught him a couple times. Morales tried to throw some punches, and he did connect with a few, but obviously it didn't hurt Fuentes at all. But I tell you, Morales, you know, went down with that slip. But I tell you what, Fuentes is really the aggressor right now in this fight.
I'll agree with you on 10-9 round. Fuentes comes out in round two. Morales backing up out of the gate. He had a better last minute of the first round than he did the first two.
Well, I tell you, he's coming out, and you can see he's throwing more punches now.
He knows Fuentes is coming at him. And Miguel Morales trying to maybe take advantage of that, catch him coming in.
Well, you know, one thing sometimes that these fighters do, Joe, is that first round, it's kind of a feel-out round. You know what I mean? They want to feel out their opponent and see what they can do, and then from there they go back to make the adjustments and then start to bring it on in the second. I've seen that a lot in the past, and you got to wonder if maybe that's – I'm not saying that's what Morales did, but possibly it is, because you can see now he's starting to really come on a little bit more.
Morales right there facing – there's a straight by Fuentes. Two straight lefts lands clean. Minute gone here in this second round. Big left that time by Morales comes back.
Wow, nice right hand by Randy Fuentes right there. If you notice, Joe, Morales is starting to cover up a lot more up on top. If I'm Fuentes, I start working the body right now.
There's a body shot right there by Morales. Halfway through round number two. See, anytime Morales backs away, Fuentes is capable of landing a punch. Score some extra points along the way, John. That builds up.
Well, and in the boxing world, punches are points. The more punches you land, the more you're active, the more you're likely to get the round.
Fuentes with a flurry there. Morales able to sustain that. Under a minute to go here in the second round. Fuentes has Morales basically just playing defense, if you will, absorbing these punches. Morales able to pick and choose just where he wants to land right now without the worry of something else coming at you. Now Morales mounts a bit of an attack.
Well, I'll tell you what, completely different round for Morales as opposed to the first. So much more active.
Round two, final 10 seconds playing out here. Randy Fuentes. And round two in the books. Back after this.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Back here in round number 3 begins. You gave Morales round 2
I
there,
gave
John.
Morales round 2. I felt like he was just more active. I felt like he really started to come out and throw more punches and landed some more than Fuentes. Fuentes landed a couple of decent shots, but I tell you what, Morales connected with everything, and then Morales just kind of applied the pressure quite a bit in that round, I felt like.
Fuentes,
right now I got it even, 19-19.
Fuentes hits, finds the range and a couple more right there, able to land. Up against the ropes, Morales fights his way off the ropes. Takes a left there by Fuentes. Fuentes comes right in after that, can't connect.
Both guys coming in their 30s. Morales 33 years old and Fuentes 30.
There's a left as Fuentes is coming in. Morales able to land that. And now Morales lands a couple more right there. Fuentes with a nice uppercut. Both fighters landing punches here in the last 30 seconds of this. This one's scheduled for 4 rounds.
One thing it seems like is Fuentes is just slowed down a little more, and it seems like Morales has kind of, got his legs under him, you know what I mean?
And right there, Fuentes lands one right on cue for you. And now tries to land a flurry, gets a couple of those body shots to land there. Minute to go here in the third. And Morales lands his punches. They don't seem as flashy as Fuentes, John, but they are making, they're in the
making
spot.
contact.
Morales lands 2 shots right there to the body. Tried to follow that going upstairs. Fuentes counters, comes back. And this round about as even as any thus far in this match. 2 good lefts there by Fuentes.
Fuentes with a nice left.
Final 10 seconds. Fuentes trying to finish on a flurry. Morales has taken some big-time hits here in the last 10 seconds. The round comes to an end.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum.
Bring it back here as we start the fourth round. And John, your thoughts coming into round number 4, what each fighter has to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm Randy Fuentes, I go back to what you did in the first round and start landing punches. You know, just swing at him. You know, right now, Morales, after that first round, I mean, Morales has come on just like a completely different fighter. But one thing that they're really not doing, Joe, is they're not really working the body. You know, I'd work the body a little bit, try to wear him down, and then one thing that Fuentes is trying to do, when he's come across with that left, that's where he's really connected. And a couple times he's gone for that uppercut. He needs to wait, let it set up, and then.
Oh, a big left by Fuentes.
And there you go. There you go. I just said it right there. Hit him with that left. Another left right there.
Morales trying to keep his guard up.
If he connects with a left uppercut, that could be it for Morales. Nice body shot.
Connects again. Minute gone here in the final round of this fight. Fuentes on our cards took the first round. It was a coin toss in the next two, but Fuentes right now has the upper hand here in round number 4. Morales trying to answer. Takes another left. And a right. Fuentes landing multiple punches here in this final round.
Tell you what, you got to give Morales credit. He's taking some good shots and he's hanging in there. You know, again, that's. I've covered this guy and I've seen him fight, and he. It's hard to knock him out. I mean, it really is. He's only been knocked out once in his career.
Fuentes with a minute left continues just to come with pressure. Not backing away. Morales in every round seems to have a little extra to close out a round. He's going to have to come up with a lot of magic here.
Nice shot by Randy. Caught him with a left. Caught him again with a left. Another left right there. That's why I said, Joe, when he connects with those lefts, that's where Randy really takes control of this fight.
20 seconds left here in this match. Fuentes lands another. And another. Fuentes finishing this off strong, started strong. 10 seconds remaining. Morales with a couple there. Is it enough? This one's going to go.
Oh, nice shot.
Big left to close it out by Randy Fuentes.
And what did he catch him with? He catch him with an overhand left. That left hook, did you see that? Knocked out his mouthpiece with about 4 seconds left.
Miguel Morales down on his knees after taking that shot there late in the round.
Joe, if there were 10 seconds left in this fight, I think it would have been over.
Fuentes definitely landed the biggest punch of this fight to close it out.
So what do you got, Joe, before we get to the judges?
That's a 10-8 round for Fuentes on my card.
I have to agree with you on that one. I think that round right there just won him the fight, because I agree with you. First round, I gave it to Fuentes. Second and third, it was fairly even. I gave one to Morales, but that fourth round was all Fuentes. I mean, that was the aggression that we wanted to see. And again, where did he dominate, Joe? With those lefts.
Yeah, the coin toss round I gave to Fuentes. So I had all 4 rounds going to Fuentes, but Morales definitely landed enough punches to be in this fight. Never could quite put a sequence together.
Well, I just felt in that second round, Morales started to come on a little bit more. And if you notice, Fuentes caught him with a couple of punches, but Morales connected a lot more. He connected a lot more punches. Didn't really hurt Randy, but again, we talked about it, Joe. The more you connect, the more punches you throw. The judges are going to see that, and they're going to score that.
And they'll go to the cards as the referee brings them out. Let's go to the announcer.
Let's give these guys a big round of applause, man. They left it all in the ring tonight. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Hector Maldonado scores it an even 38 for both boxers. Judge Luis Escalona scores it 40-36. And Judge David Avalos scores it 40-36. For your winner by majority decision, fighting out of the red corner, Randy Hitman Fuentes!
There you have it. One judge scored it even, John, and the other 2 took this for Randy Fuentes.
Yeah, 40-36, 2 judges right there. Again, if you really look at it, Joe, Randy dominated this fight. I got to give Morales credit, and I said it. I told you before we went on the air, Morales is going to come to fight. He's going to give you a battle, and he battled. He battled Fuentes for 4 strong rounds, but, you got to look at the shots and just what Fuentes did. I mean, I can see that. I can see 40-36. Again, I had it 49 to... My math is pretty bad.
47.
I had it 39, about 39-37.
Fight 2 in the books. Fight 3 coming up.
Champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
John, let's throw it over to Billy Watson. All right, Billy having some problems with his microphone. His microphone's not on right now. And so we'll get back to Billy Watson here in just a moment. Fight 3, John. Juan Alberto Flores and Stephen
Garza.
Talk about this one.
Well, Juan Alberto Flores comes into the fight 2-0-1. His last fight was a win over Jose Garcia by unanimous decision. He's a Mission native, but born in Monterrey. Orthodox style of fight. 26 years old. Garza, he defeated Raimundo Torres in his first fight by TKO from Laredo, born in Houston, and he's 18 years old. So you've got a 26-year-old against an 18-year-old, both undefeated. Somebody's always got to go tonight, Joe, unless it goes to a draw.
And already, this is a fast-moving event as we have boxers already coming into the ring, John.
Yeah, we're already at the third fight, and it's only 8:30. Great crowd on hand tonight, Joe. I tell you what, Pharr Event Center, give Anthony Cavazos credit. You know, he does a great job promoting these fights, and you can see it. What a great crowd on hand.
I don't see many empty seats, and I see an awful lot of people standing up behind the fans that are here in their seats. Let's go to Rock and Roll James.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Border Wars right here at the Pharr Event Center. And our next matchup is a 4-round matchup in the 118-pound division. And as you can see, the boxers are primed and ready. First off, introducing and fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and maroon tonight, from Laredo, Texas, Steven Ticho Garragarza. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 118 pounds, with a record of 2 wins and 0 losses. He is fighting out of the Redemption Gym in Pharr, and he is wearing the Mexican flag colors tonight. From Mission, Texas, le dicen el Diablo, Juan Alberto Flores.
Well, John, here we go. And this one, 1-0, 2-0-1. Again, 2 guys, pros, and no losses coming in.
Yeah, you know, again, 118-pound weight class. So I think in this one we're going to see, unlike the last fight, you're going to see a flurry of punches, kind of like we did in the Baron and Mendes fight.
Starts off with the 2 fighters standing in the middle of the ring. Third fight of 6 here tonight.
This is one of the very few fighters, Joe, that you have that's actually not a Valley fighter. Garragarza is out of Laredo, Texas. So he's fighting Florida submission, so it's a Valley versus Laredo in this one.
Not as many punches thrown, at least here in the first minute of this fight, as what we saw in our previous fight. There's a big shot landing. First round action halfway through coming up.
Yeah, I'm really surprised not to see these guys just flurrying away that first, that first fight. I mean, even those 38 seconds, man, they were blowing and going.
Both fighters there landing with a couple of good punches. And both willing to stand right in the middle of the ring and just go toe-to-toe here.
Nice right hand by Flores. Another right by Flores.
Flores trying to close out the first round. Garragarza, again, not going anywhere. but at the same time not coming forward either.
You know, one thing you notice, Joe, these guys have not gone against the ropes. They're standing right there going toe-to-toe, and they're going at it.
Big shot right there. And another.
Wow, nice left.
Flores now landing a couple of combinations here. He's suddenly finding his range here. Closing out this first round.
Wow, nice combination by Flores in the round.
Whoa!
Back after this.
Toda la raza.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time.
Round 2 underway.
So, Joe, I went 10-9 for Flores in that round. I felt like Flores, even though not a lot of punches were thrown, he just collected a lot more. And I'll tell you, at the end there, he threw those combinations, which really stunned Garza at the end.
Lands a couple there, too, and he's now much more aggressive to start round 2 than what we saw in round 1. Sometimes that can flip the switch on your opponent as well. And Garza, again, willing to stand right in the middle of the ring. Miss on that. If that landed, we may be getting a count here. Flores tries to connect coming out of that break.
Nice right hand by Flores and counter by Garza.
Big right there.
Another nice right hand.
The time Garza comes in, Flores has a little something extra. So he pays the price when he tries to be the aggressor here in this fight. Another nice combination by Flores. Another.
I tell you, he's just picking at him, Joe. If you see that, Flores is just kind of chipping away, like you said, chipping away. Right there, Garza was or Flores was asking for. Felt like he got hit in the back of the head, but ref didn't see that one. So.
Back in the corner, Flores for a first time. Receiving a little punishment that time from Garza.
I don't know if you noticed, but Garza's left eye is starting to swell up a little bit. Oh, another nice shot by Flores in left hand.
Round comes to an end. Another one checked off the Flores, at least on my books. Back after this.
With peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
We are this close. We're this close. We are this close. Upon wanting to making history. This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
This close. We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close. If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Round number 3, John Keys here. 2 rounds left in this fight.
It's all Flores. It has been all Flores. He just, you know, he comes at Garza, and he's connected with some flurries, some power shots, some nice just straight lefts, and you can see, and it's a couple of rights, because you can notice Garza, that left eye, the doctor came up and looked at it, and it's already starting to swell up. And then if you really look close, there's a little cut over that eye already, and that's got cause for concern. But I tell you right now, it's been all Flores.
Absorb some more punishment there. Flores on our cards has this fight through the first 2 rounds. Straight left lands that time for Garza. Can't follow that up. Tried. Landed that left. Did Flores. Oh, some real tough shots right there landed by Flores.
Tell you what, you got to give Garza credit. He's hung in there, and he's taking some punishment tonight, but you know, he just won't go away. He keeps coming back. Wow, another big shot by Flores.
That left landed right there. Garza keeps coming.
Wow, nice right hand.
Flores
comes around with the left, yeah.
Big shots landed that time.
You know, just when you think Garza's stunned, he kind of shakes it off and says, okay, I'll come back. Wow, nice left. That one did catch him right there.
Followed up by a right that also lands for Flores. Garza going to have to fight his way off of those ropes. DeMarcus Clark running that camera for us. You can see him hard at work. Flores coming at it.
Boy, look at that eye. That left eye is just slowly starting to close there.
Closing out round number 3. Another round, all Flores. Garza landed some punches, but mostly Garza. Again, 4th round coming up.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Well, John, they start the final round here. Flores' fight to win or lose right here, I would say.
Yeah, Garza, he's going to need a knockout to win this thing. Right now, I got it all Flores, 30-27. I got to give Garza credit, Joe. He's hung in there. He stood toe-to-toe with him. You know, he's answered back. You know, there's a couple shots that Flores threw that it looked like Garza would have gone down, but he keeps coming back. So definitely a lot of heart, but it's all Flores right now. He's definitely the man in the ring and looking to get that third win of his career.
And another thing, both of these fighters being young pros, they're trying to make an impression so that they get on bigger cards and later dates. So even Garza, who's absorbed some punishment here, John, may have caught an eye of a promoter. Hey, you can put on a good fight.
Well, he's only 18 years old, Joe. He's 18 years old. That's the thing. You look at Flores, he's 26, so he's a little bit up there in age. But Garza's 18, so if you're Anthony Cavazos, I'm sitting there going, okay, you know what? This guy hung in there. You know, bring up a nice little young up-and-coming prospect, put him against this guy. Be a good little test.
Flores again controlling the first 3 rounds of this fight. And like you said, John, about the time you think Garza's finished, he comes up with something.
What did you see? He connected with that left. You know, a decent shot. And his corner, I'll tell you, Joe, I don't know if you saw it, but after that third round, his corner man went and, got in his face and said, hey, what are you doing? This is it. This is the last round.
Nice combination by Flores.
Garza. The counters with a right.
About the time you think I can finish this guy off, you eat one of those, it'll make you think again. Juan Humberto Flores out of Mission, Texas. Nice exchange there by the two fighters.
Tell you one thing I got to say, I like Flores' style. You know, he's very, he's an orthodox fighter, and he can really, get you in many ways. He'll hit you with a good right, come over with a left, throw a couple uppercuts. He'll go after the body. For a guy that's only had 3 fights, he's got some potential.
Final round, final seconds, and Flores lands a couple of big ones there. Lands another and another.
Here tonight, went the distance, left it all in the ring. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Hector Maldonado, Judge Luis Escalona, and Judge David Avalos all scored the fight 40-36. Your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, le dicen el Diablo, Juan Alberto Flores.
Well, I'll tell you what, they call him the Diablo. The Diablo came down to Pharr and dominated in impressive fashion.
Good fight right there. Fight number 4 coming up.
You like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Back here is John Cannon. I'm Joe Bowling with you here on Rio Sports from the Pharr Event Center.
He hit me in the head and he really hurt me, but I concentrated on my family, I'm doing it for my family, and that's what they keeping me up.
Juan Alberto Flores, our winner. That's you, Joe.
John, we get Juan Alberto Flores, another winner here out of the red corner. Let's talk again about this Isaac Torres fight and Hector Gutierrez.
Joe, this is the one I got to tell you I've been looking forward to. I know the main event's a big one, but I love this one, and it's called The Return, and it's a return for the reason. Isaac Torres, I knew this kid from when he started, Joe. This guy was one of the hottest prospects in not only the Valley, but in the U.S. He fought in the Olympic trials, 237 amateur fights. He was number 4 in his weight class in the U.S. Olympic trials. And I tell you what, he was on a roll, man. He was on a roll, and then he stopped for a bit, went to school, was in a car accident, in which they told him that he wouldn't be able to fight again. Well, guess what? Isaac said he told me this, he saw Jerry Magdaleno fight, who, of course, is the world champion right now. Isaac beat Jerry Magdaleno, and he sat there and he said, you know what, wait a minute. I fought this guy and beat him. Why not say I come back? This guy proved everybody wrong. Doctors, everyone came back. He's making his debut. And the last time he fought 1,600 days ago, Joe, in 2015, and Isaac told me he's ready. He's ready for this. But I tell you what, Hector Gutierrez is another one of those fighters that reminds me of Morales. He's lost 10 straight fights, but 9 of them by decision. And let me tell you who's beat him. You'll know these names. Brandon Figueroa, current WBC interim champion. Johnny Blaze Tapia, which we know very well. And Pablo Ramirez. So this guy is no slouch. This is a good return for Isaac Torres.
Torres makes his way into the ring. Again, you take a look at, this is Gutierrez getting in the ring right now.
And you know, there's some bad blood on this fight. I don't know if you know this, but his brother, Isaac's brother Mark, told me the last time they fought in 2013, I believe. Isaac was over a little bit. And you know, when you're over, either you don't fight or you got to pay money. Well, he had to pay Hector. Well, yesterday, Hector was 0.8 pounds over, and they made him take that weight off, and it made Hector really mad, and there was a little bit of a skirmish there. So there's a little bad blood coming in, but I'm really, really excited, man. I'm ready for this fight. And you can see his brother in his head, Mark Torres, the mongoose. The mongoose is ready to strike. I'm fired up, Joe. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be, but, man, I'm a big Isaac Torres fan, and I'm ready for this one.
Just the fact that he comes back. You know, he goes through the adversity and he gets back in the ring. And even during our interview, which we won't run because we just don't have the time, they're flying through these things. But the excitement in his eyes just to get back in the ring and to get at it.
And you know, the thing about it is this guy is about to get a degree in sports psychology from the University of Houston. And you know what he told me, Joe? Hey, John, I want to be a broadcaster. I want to be a broadcaster. I want to broadcast fights. So, you know, we're always looking. Hey, might have a guy right there. But he's back on the trail. He and his brother, Mark, they want to take not only the Valley by storm, they want to take boxing by storm. And I'm telling you, Torres is one of the hottest prospects. Watch out for this guy. He's back.
I know one thing I asked him during our interview was the fact that being off this long, do you come into this thing on full speed at fifth gear, or do you ease into a fight? And he said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. From the word that when that bell rings, I'm ready to go.
Well, one thing he told me, and I asked him, I said, are we going to, in his first fight, it was a 21-second knockout. He goes, John, I want rounds here. I need rounds. I need some work. So, and I'm going to tell you, Hector Gutierrez is going to give you rounds.
Weighing in 130 pounds, wearing red and gold tonight, and fighting out of Mission, Texas, Hector Aguila Gutierrez. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, weighing in 130 pounds, wearing maroon and gold tonight, with a record of 7 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 3 of those 7 wins by way of knockout. He is making his return tonight right here at the Pharr Event Center. Border Wars from Mission, Texas, Isaac Torres.
Fan favorite.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. They love him. And his brother Mark told me that he's making his return, Joe, on the same night Brandon Figueroa is fighting at the Bird Ogden Arena,
which is just a few weeks away.
So, here we go. I'm really excited about this fight. Here we go.
The match is his pro debut. We got 25 seconds to watch boxing. We'll see what happens.
One thing about Isaac Torres is this whole family is boxing. His brother was an MMA fighter. You know, his brother Mark, of course, is a boxer. Isaac's a boxer, and his dad trained all 3 of them. So it's kind of like the Figueroas.
Well, you know what to expect when you're ready to step in the ring. Dad, I want to box. I know what to expect, though.
Well, you know, he started boxing at the age of 9 years old, and he's 28 right now, so that's a lot of experience.
You're a minute into this.
And again, Hector Gutierrez, this guy 2-14 record, but Joe, I've seen Hector fight, and you know, he took Brandon Figueroa to the distance in Brandon's pro debut.
Torres lands a couple of there.
So far, a pretty slow start for both of them. You can tell Torres is really, you know, trying to he's being very patient.
Couple of lefts there, just gauging the range.
Nice right, came
there.
around with the left.
Minute to go in the round. The experienced fighter will try to take this round right here, John, and something that's been pretty even. 1 minute left of work.
Well, you know, Gutierrez needs to start getting active. He's not really doing much. He's just kind of standing there. He needs to start throwing some punches. Wow, nice combination.
Isaac Torres connecting on both of those. 10 seconds remaining in the round. Tough way to score.
Shout out to Judge Omar.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Talk about scoring, John. Your thoughts on that first round?
I gave Isaac 10-9. It was a slow round, Joe, but you know, the thing about it is they're talking about sometimes you paint your punches, and I think Isaac painted enough. I didn't see a lot out of Hector Gutierrez. It was more, he was just kind of dancing around. Again, he could be feeling him out in that first round, but obviously when Isaac connected, he connected with some. It wasn't a lot, but when he did, he made it felt.
Both corners active. The Torres corner was extremely active in the ear of Isaac Torres, and see how he responds to that.
Gutierrez now starting to finally become more active in this round, more than the first round.
Torres has been out of boxing for a while. You just really don't know. You can prepare for all you want.
You know, and not only that, Joe, but also you got to wonder about that accident he was in. He did sustain some injuries. You know, luckily they weren't bad, but, you know, it affects you.
Lands a couple right there. A tie-up prevents him from going after that with a serious finish.
Tell you one thing about Isaac, though, is when he trains, I went and I saw him train in the past. This guy he lives and breathes it. I mean, almost 24/7. He's training.
Waiting that time, and as Gutierrez came in, Torres was right there waiting.
So yeah, you gotta warn him. He threw a shot behind the head.
And a little shove on the break. That got Torres' attention. Those shots land. Had a photographer up here on the ring. He's not with us, John.
Torres just patiently waiting. Again, Gutierrez is one of those guys. He's tough to knock down.
Less than a minute to go here in this round. I think there's anything that clearly defines. There's a big shot delivered. About the time I said that, you start landing a couple of punches that he can claim that round.
You can start to see the left eye of Gutierrez underneath that eye starting to swell up a little bit. And here comes Torres. Boy, there's some trash talking going on right now. I don't know if you saw that, Joe, but a little trash talking between them.
I did. Round 3.
That's what makes it fun.
Round 3 coming up.
Be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas. Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100.
Back here as we start the third round.
Had a little jaw in there at the end, Joe. It got a little exciting. Both of them really starting to get fired up. That round, I gave it to Torres again, 10-9. I felt Gutierrez was a little more active, started to throw a little bit more. Didn't really connect anything strong, but Isaac is being patient, waiting for sponges, and slipped there by Torres. And look at Gutierrez.
He thought he landed something there, John.
But that was a slip. But yeah, Isaac's being patient. He's just painting him. And when he's landing, he's landing.
Just missed connecting on that overhead right. We've got Torres up in the first 2 rounds here. In a 4-round fight, just not much time to establish any rhythm.
Wow, nice shot by Torres.
Baiting pay coming in. Followed up with a couple of big shots.
Hector tried to bait him into the ring, and Isaac just kind of turned around and clocked him with a shot to put him into the ropes.
Torres lands.
Wow.
That's a big shot by Torres. Can he finish it? Torres with more shots.
Boy, he stunned him. He stunned him there, Joe.
Torres trying to answer. There's still better than a minute left here in this round. That by far the best punches thrown here in this fight. You said, though, John, Gutierrez is not going to back away.
No, he won't. You can hear the fans already getting that Torres chant started here. He's got a big following. Nice combination by Torres.
Next again with a straight left.
Look at that. That right eye of Gutierrez.
Oh, he takes another big one.
Wow, nice left hand by Torres.
Isaac Torres takes that round in a big way. Back with more after this.
Directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format. No fish over 21 inches. $150 per team or boat. Maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
back here. John Cannon to my left-hand side. Hector Gutierrez, according to your card, is up against it heading into this fourth round.
30-27, all Mongoose. Mongoose is hunting.
Isaac Torres appeared to be on the verge of putting Gutierrez out of the commission to close out that third.
About the only, I don't know, not even call it a knockdown, was a slippage by Torres in which he slipped, but no knockdowns.
Torres shows some strength that time. That'll get the referee's attention.
Wow, look at him. I mean, well, the next one, I guarantee you, he's going to deduct him a point, Joe. That's the second time he has warned him about hitting behind the head.
Torres landed a couple more that time. Couple minutes left here in the fight.
And again, like I said earlier, Torres is not looking to get the knockout. He wants the rounds, you know. And I'll tell you what, for a guy that only wants rounds, Joe, I'd be scary to think if he was looking for a knockout. You know what I mean?
Oh, Gutierrez lands one there. Torres, I got his attention. Gutierrez lands one, Torres lands three, John. That's been the score throughout this fight.
It's one of those, anything you can do, I can do better.
Final minute of this fight.
Isaac Torres returned to the ring, first time since 2015. Back here at the Pharr Event Center. Tell you, Gutierrez has thrown a couple of pretty good punches in this round, Joe. Torres just with a straight left. Comes around with a right hook.
Hear the corner saying to Torres to stay active, keep touching him. This one will go to the scorecards.
I think this is pretty easy to score. 40-36, Torres. Joe, you told me you circled Hector's name before.
It wasn't a prediction.
And I'm going to tell you what, if he wins, you better go buy a lottery ticket, buy the Mega Million, buy it. You better buy, I'm telling you, everything known to man. This was all Isaac Torres. Great showing by Isaac. But give Hector Gutierrez, I tell you, as the rounds went further and further, Hector started to come alive. You know what? He clearly, Isaac won this hands down, but Hector took a lot of punishment, and a couple times he caught him.
So this was a good fighter for Isaac Torres to enter the ring with to come back in the boxing.
That's a good fight. They fought before, and Isaac beat him by decision. Again, Hector Gutierrez, you know, a lot of these guys, Joe, Miguel Morales 2-13, Hector 2-14, don't let records fool you. Because the thing is, they put them in fights like this for a reason, because they know they're going to challenge these prospects like Isaac Torres, and he did that tonight. He challenged him.
Waiting for the scorecards.
We got another fight that went the distance. Let's give them a big round of applause. Both fighters leaving it all in the ring. Here tonight, Border Wars, brought to you by Cavazos Promotions. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Isaac Torres, Judge Luis Escalona, and Judge David Avalos score the fight 40-36. Your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Isaac Torres.
There you have it, John. And no,
I told you so.
No shock right there.
No shock. Tell you what, for his return fight, Joe, Isaac looked good. You know, we questioned it. We questioned what would he be like after being off so long. But I tell you what, he looked sharp. He looked good. Didn't look tired. Looks like very well conditioned. Threw some good punches. I think Isaac Torres is back.
We'll take a break as we get ready for the co-main event. The most experienced fighters of the night, when you look at one-loss records, will be entering the ring next. We'll take a break. John and I will be back. We continue with boxing coverage from the Border Wars at the Pharr Event Center.
How many of y'all ready to win some stuff?
Takes and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Fatima from Mission, let's give her a big round of applause. What is your name, sweet?
Lauren.
And where are you from, Lauren?
McAllen, Texas.
McAllen, Texas. How many of you like Lauren over here, huh? What's your name?
Asenet.
And where are you from?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Asenet from Edinburgh. Un fuerte aplauso.
Hey, what's up?
What is your name?
Sarah.
And where are you from, Sarah?
I live in McAllen.
All right, Sarah from McAllen. Anybody from McAllen tonight? She might need a ride tonight.
As they're giving away some goodies to the fans as we're in the intermission heading into the co-main event. Joining us now, I'm honored to be able to talk again, once again, with Omar Figueroa Sr. And good to see you again, sir.
Yes, sir.
How's things going this time of your life and now managing yet another that's succeeding in the boxing ring?
Yes, my younger son recently just became a WBA interim world champion. And we asked for the next fight here in the Valley. So next month, August, he'll be fighting here at the Burt Ogden Arena, defending his WBA interim world title.
Talk about the excitement level that goes on around your boxing ring now, because of the fact that I know that was huge when Omar captured the first title, and now all of a sudden 2 world titles. Just how exciting is it to be around, just the atmosphere around your arena right now?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough, but you know, my kids have proved themselves in national level or world level. I mean, I thank God. This is great. I mean, I'm living boxing through them. I wanted to be a professional boxer. I couldn't, but I'm living boxing through them, and it's amazing how a lot of kids are now getting into sports and boxing because Omar and Brandon opened the doors, and now everybody knows that we can be world champions here.
Well, more importantly, as well as when you have major televised events coming to the Rio Grande Valley now, boxing in general is now taking the RGV much more serious as far as the fighters here.
Yes, sir. It is. Omar is fighting on the co-main event on Pacquiao pay-per-view in Vegas on the next week. So we're going out there, and then we're just so busy and coming back, get ready for Brandon here in the Valley. I mean, it's amazing.
Talk about your gym and what you have coming up, because obviously they're now starting to storm into your gym wanting to be the next.
We have a lot of kids that are going professional. I have Nelson Hampton. He's doing great. He fought twice under me and 2 big wins just recently in Houston. We fought an opponent 11-1, and it was a tough fight, but we came out with a W. So the motivation, you know, it's there. It's in my gym, and it's great. They believe that they can be winners, and we're proving it.
You've been around boxing a long time, as I'm talking with Omar Figueroa Sr. Tell me about the excitement level in the RGV. Is this as high as it's ever been?
I think so, yes. I mean, we have two Valley fighters that are world champions, and you know, from Westlaco, from the Valley, we represent the Valley. It's great, it's amazing. Kids are motivated, parents are motivated. I mean, my gym is I mean, it's great. I mean, the atmosphere, it's great. It's amazing.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank
Omar
you.
Figueroa Sr. We'll be right back after this. Trevino's Restaurant in Edinburgh, now serving quality, fresh, delicious food. Treat your taste buds and enjoy the relaxing atmosphere. Join us from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, Friday and Saturday until midnight. Trevino's. We now send it over to Billy Watson.
Here with our winner, Isaac Flores. Isaac, it was a long journey back from the car accident in 2015. You come out here and put on a show for your fans. Tell me how it feels.
It feels great, man. I'm freaking back, baby. I'm back. It felt awesome to get back in the ring, man. It felt good just to get them rounds in. I wasn't trying to go for a knockout. I was just trying to get the rounds that I needed to get in.
Talk about the support you had here. We have a bunch of people yelling your name, yelling your last name. How is that backing you up and making you comfortable with this fight?
It's awesome, man. It's always great having support from my family and friends here in the Rio Grande Valley. That's why I love fighting down here, man. The Valley has great boxing athletes, man, and you know what? We just need the fights to be able to promote ourselves out here.
How excited are you to be back, man?
I'm so excited, man. 150% excited. I'm just so happy that I was able to get back in there, man, and be able to finish and win.
Your winner, Isaac Flores, by unanimous decision. Back to you, Joe.
John, any surprises right there in that interview at all?
No, not at all. That's Isaac. That's the way he is. You know, man, I'm just so happy for him, Joe. Again, you know, we questioned what he would look like coming off of, you know, 1,600-day layoff, I guess you could say. But I tell you what, he's the same Isaac Torres I remember. But I'm going to tell you something. One thing I will say, Joe, he's hungrier than he's ever been. He knows that he's 28 years old. You know, he went from being one of the hottest prospects in the boxing industry to now trying to make a name for himself again. But he said, hey, I did it once, I can do it again. And the beauty of it is he said, hey, John, if my boxing career ends, guess what? I'm getting a degree in sports psychology from University of Houston. And he goes, and if you're not careful, to take your job as a broadcaster, because he wants to be a boxing broadcaster. That's what he wants to do. And I'll tell you what, you can see it already. He's got the spunk. He's got it. You know.
We'll certainly give him a spot, but I think he's going to rise above us in a real quick hurry.
Oh, no doubt.
Let's talk about the interview, John. I know you got to be right here. You may not get to hear some of that, but with Omar Figueroa Sr. And first of all, let's just talk about what it's like for RGV, the Rio Grande Valley, to claim 2 world champions out of Westlaco, Texas.
I'm going to tell you something, and this is a story I'll never forget for the rest of my life. I was working for the Mid-Valley Town Crier, Joe, and Omar was just starting out, and Anthony remembers this. Omar Sr. said, my son will be world champion. He said, my son will be a world champ. And I'm going to tell you what, Omar became world champ, and now Brandon's a world champion. And Omar, I'll tell you what he's done with these 2 boys is absolutely amazing. Omar Figueroa, you know, again, Rio Grande Valley, Panterita, you know, where everybody says nothing good comes out of the valley. Well, guess what? We got 2 world champions out of the Rio Grande Valley. And I'll tell you, and the sky's the limit. Omar's coming back. His big fight's coming up. Brandon is going to fight here at Bert Ogden in about a month. Man, think about this. The Figueroas and the Torreses together. Remember those 2 names, because I'm telling you, they're going to be what represents the RGV.
And John, they've opened the doors. All dreams now can go to the elite level. As far as I can,
Well, look at
I can
Eric
be a world
Molina.
champion. Yes.
Eric Molina fought Deontay Wilder. I mean, Eric Molina has fought former world champions and done well. I mean, you know, El Tigre Cáceres, you know, Robert La Amenaza Garcia, we got to talk about him. So many greats that have gone off and done well, and guess what? They're all from right here in the RGV. My thing is, Joe, now, who will be the next crop to come up? And a lot of people think it's Dimas De Leon,
who will be in our main event tonight. And of course, they're flooding the gyms now, John. When you were covering boxing, let's say 8 years ago, 10 years ago, was the excitement level in the Rio Grande Valley as high as it is right now for boxing?
You know, I'm going to tell you, it's always been, this crowd is standing room only. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to say it once and I'm going to say it again. Anthony Cavazos is one of the best promoters, not only in the Valley, but the entire state of Texas. This guy has a work ethic that I've never seen. Anthony got me started. He's right here with us. And I'm going to tell you something. Anthony doesn't just put on fights. He puts on a show. And I mean, every fight that I have seen that this guy's done has been great fights. We've seen him tonight. Great fights. We've only had one knock, which was Baron, the early knockout. Every other one, and he will attest to it. Gutierrez, Morales are great fighters, and Anthony's sitting right here beside me. Man, Anthony, you got to love tonight. This is an absolute great, great night.
Hey, no, it's been great fights. That's why we named the fight Border Wars, because you know what? I want to put wars on. I want people to be happy when they come out to the fights. I don't want people to lay down. I want people to throw down and don't lay down. They want them to come to fight. That's why we named the fights Border Wars. And we're a sold-out crowd. It's been crazy. It's been packed, and a lot of good fights tonight.
You know, from what you've seen tonight, some young Baron in his pro debut, he looked really